Hi, seventh graders. It's Mrs. Hebert. And this year is going to be different, but the important things are going to stay the same. I'm going to give you a video like this for almost every class and instructions in Google Classroom, and then you're going to turn in work to me on Artsonia. You're going to get graded with standards. I'll tell you more about that later. We did it last year. So if you have an LP, that means you haven't really done what you need to do. If you have a DP, that means you're on your way. WP is working, and AP is you've done something independently extra above and beyond. Super special, fantastic. Okay? This is the class for fun, to relieve stress, not to stress you out. So you need anything, you send me an email. That's the way I want you to communicate. Don't try to chat with me on GoGuardian. I'm not going to have GoGuardian. Your supervising teachers will, because I have a lot of mixed sections, not by room. I have email. This first week, I'm going to be on Zoom. After that, during your class period, your 12 to 12:40, to block, fifth period block. But after that, you have to email me and set up an appointment, because I'm not always going to be Zooming, because you guys are going to figure this out and then you'll be on your own. The most important thing right now is to make sure you have your supplies and to set up a place to work at home. So there's a supply list on your Google Classroom. And let's see, you want to set up a little studio. When you come into work at school, you have to maintain your supplies. You have to stay organized, but you also have to organize your stuff online. So on Google Classroom, I'm going to ask you to have 3 art blocks a week. Some people will have them on different days, so they're going to be 1, 2, and 3, and those are due at the end of the week. Usually, I've been making assignments. Projects last over a couple of weeks, and they build with different things over those 2 weeks, including some working time. So when you finish that first assignment, you mark it done. And that means you've read everything, you've done any worksheets, and watched the videos. You can't be a good, successful online studio if you don't get that information. And because it's really easy in this environment to get distracted and to miss some information, I will repeat things. And if you have questions, you're going to ask a friend. You can ask your classroom supervising teacher, and you can always email me or set up a private Zoom. I find that works better to schedule a Zoom, because if there's a whole bunch of people in the Zoom, then you're not really as comfortable asking your questions. I can't always find your post on Google Classroom, so don't try to get in touch with me that way either. All right? Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. There are no due dates. They're flexible. But that does not mean you're going to be able to wait to the end of the semester to do your work. If you do that, you're going to be in a really tough situation. However, I understand in 7th grade you've had some flexible time during your 5th period, and now you're going to be following a very specific schedule. So you should have your schedule now in Power School, and you should be on your Art Google Classroom working for art when it says art. And many students I had 8th grade last semester, wanted to go home and continue working. That's great, but I'm going to provide you plenty of work to keep you busy during that art block at least. And it's going to be a great year. You're going to stay-ish. You're going to have fun. And I'll tell you about the choice of modified assignments. So if you're starting to feel stressed out, you're not going to cry and panic and freak out. You're going to email me. We'll talk about it. But one choice that's out there are these modified assignments. So this first week is going to be introduction. We're going to go through everything, and I'm going to be available in the Art Zoom room by email too if you have questions. You don't have to get too finicky about the exact supplies. That's one of my biggest questions. But just make sure that you read everything, you watch these videos, and you're going to do great. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do this year.